Alrighty guys, welcome back. Last week you saw me do the seal on the tractor, and that was all to prep to take it out to our storage facility and start moving stuff around, do some dirt work, and get some stuff done out there. So right now we are loading up the tractor, and we're gonna head out and drop it off. Then we have a good hour trek. We're gonna go down and pick up a rolling like warehouse staircase. The reason is I have a bunch of electrical work to do out there, hanging lights, all kinds of stuff, and it's all up high. I can do it off a ladder, but being out there by myself, all it takes is one slip and no one's gonna find me. So that being said, I wanna have a little bit safer setup, and I don't see the reason of buying like a scissor lift, so this will do just fine. We're gonna head all the way down there and pick that up today as well. So deliver tractor, drop it, or drop off the tractor, go down and pick up staircase. Let's get to it. All right guys, we got this thing loaded up. Let's go get it out to the storage facility and drop it off. We'll head down and pick up those stairs. Well guys, like a dummy, I forgot the GoPro when I went and dropped off the tractor, so I didn't get nothing for that. But we took our drive down here, picked up our little scaffolding, which is right back there. I can't say scaffolding, it's a rolling staircase, like a warehousing staircase. It's gonna make my life so much easier doing all the electric and all the stuff inside the building. So take our hour and a half drive back on home, and I'll make sure I bring the GoPro along. I can't believe I forgot it. Oh well, dumbass. Alrighty guys, we made it up here. A lot of traffic, man. Anyway, this is what we picked up. I'm gonna go get this thing unloaded right now, and obviously we already dumped off the tractor, so like a dummy, I just forgot the GoPro. Well guys, sorry I ran out of batteries yesterday. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring a set, and heck, yesterday morning I forgot to bring the freaking GoPro. Anyway, we got the staircase unloaded. It's in here. Other than fixing a couple of wheels, this is gonna work mint for what we're doing. Another thing we have to do, the first stage of this entire place is, we brought the tractor out here to do a bunch of stuff. One of the main things is we have a whole bunch of cars that we have to be moving around. Like I said, this is our storage area. We've had cars out here for years, and we have got a boatload of cars. Like, this is just a few of them. Sorry about the wind noise. We also have a few more. Oh my God, it's windy as heck right here. We have a few more around the corner, and we have to move all these things because this is all going to be driveway, paved, asphalted parking spots and stuff like that. So it's all going to be really nice when it's all said and done. But all this stuff, and sorry about the light guys, but all this stuff right here, this whole area is going to have to get cleared out, and we're going to line cars up across the back right here or whatever. But this all has to get cleared out because inside this container, this corner, we're going to build a bathroom, so that way we actually have a bathroom. First thing that has to go in is a septic system right here. So that's one thing that has to get done right now, and as it goes, the only way to get done with that is to move all this stuff. So start moving trailers and trucks and mini Peterbilt and all this stuff. So let's get after it. Alrighty guys, well, this is the Peterbilt, the mini Peterbilt. We bought this thing 8-9 years ago, whatever it was, from a gentleman that had, well, from a gentleman's widow, Guy had passed away. He had built it years before that. And this was like his conglomeration of just stuff that he had laying around. So it's kind of a unique thing. It actually was done kind of cool. Quality wasn't there. We did a few things to make it a little bit nicer to drive around and stuff like that. And unfortunately, we just never used it for anything. So long story short, it's essentially like an 81, something like that, 1-ton dually chassis. And it's a 48 Willys cab. And he built a sleeper for it and built the whole nose for it. Like as you can see, the front fenders on this thing are actually the back fenders from the pickup bed that he used on the front. He did a tag axle on it, and it's just another Chevy rear end, but there's no drive shaft to it or anything. So it's just a tag axle is all it is. Sleeper is actually a complete sleeper, like AC on top. He even put a generator on the back of it just to fire the AC off and run the AC. It's big block Chevy. Originally had an SM465 in it, but anybody that knows these cabs, they're awfully small. And even for somebody my size to drive it with a clutch and stick and all that stuff, it was kind of tight. So we actually converted over to a 4-speed automatic. And again, this was just kind of like a novelty item. It wasn't really meant to tow very much or anything like that. It was gonna put around at car shows and, you know, show it off. It's kind of a weird item. So we put a 4-speed automatic in it, and it made the drivability amazing. Overdrive was awesome. Like, it's got, like I say, a big block 454 in it, but it'll run down the freeway at 80 miles an hour with no problem, like just cruising on along. So it's kind of a cool ride, like a cool little like novelty thing, but it's a novelty thing. It's not like a semi. It's nothing. Big block Chevy only gonna tow so much. I mean, I know there's people out there that tow thousands and thousands of pounds with a big block Chevy. I'm more of a diesel person when I'm towing stuff. So anyway, we're gonna get this thing fired up and get it moved, and maybe we'll bring this thing on the channel. It really needs to be cleaned up. It's been sitting outside now for 6-7 years. It's really bad. So anyway, we're gonna get this thing fired up and get it moved and get to moving the other trailers. And again, it's filthy right now, but the dude that had built it did a pretty cool job. And then I rebuilt the dash, did all the gauges, put a stereo in it, glove box and all that stuff. But I don't know, it's definitely a novelty item. Like, don't you know, I have towed a fifth wheel with this thing. I have towed that trailer with the tractor on it. And again, it's just a small tractor like that size, but nothing major. But heck, dude, it was kind of cool to look at. But like I say, I've been sitting here for so long. Let's see if we can get it fired up. Splash, let's see what happens. Well, she kicked right off. That's good. Wonder if she's got any fuel in her though. Get the fuel pump's not turned on. This one's electric. It's got a Carter in it and it's not turning on. So I'm gonna have to try and jack this thing up, get underneath it. That's gonna suck. All right, let's see if we can get underneath this thing now. Ouch. Get up to the fuel pump. Wow. Yep, the fuel pump is definitely not coming on. There we go, baby. All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, baby. Got the fuel pump fired up. Let's see if we're pulling any fuel. Oh yeah, she's full again already. Hey, heck yeah, baby. She gonna fire right up. What do you know? Look at that. She fired right up. Woohoo! Gets moving. I was sitting here revving it, looking up at the pipes. This might be old gas, it might be like condensation, but whatever. Look at this. She got a little puff to her right now. I wonder why. So we always suspected this thing had like a blown head gasket because, again, middle of summertime, it would get kind of warm. It'd run 220, 225, 230. This is a standard big block Chevy. I don't think there's any cam in this or anything. We put a brand new water pump, brand new radiator, brand new fan clutch. It's got a good shroud. It's a big, huge aluminum 4-core radiator. And it never changed anything. Like, did all the different thermostats, all the way from a 160 up to a 200. Just always ran warm for some reason. You never figure out why. I wonder if the head gaskets are done. That's all the antifreeze going bad, going out the stacks. Well guys, we got a bunch of stuff cleaned up. All the trailers moved that were right here, stuff like that. We are gonna go home. We have to use the lathe tonight and fix some wheels for a pallet jack. Unfortunately, I can't find the correct wheel for it, the front rollers that go underneath the front. All the ones I find are too wide, so I'm gonna have to spin them down a little bit, just shorten up a little bit to go inside the little bracket or whatever you want to call it, the casted piece. So we're gonna head out of here and go on back and do that stuff. Tomorrow we'll be back out here again, get some more cars moved, and get a lot of this stuff cleaned up, more cleaned up, because we're just gonna have to start filling a scrap pile, honestly. There's a lot of scrap out here that don't need to be here. So anyway, we're out of here for the day. Alrighty guys, we're back at it right now. Long story short, these are the wheels that I bought for the pallet jack, and unfortunately they're just too wide. Like, they're right here, the casted part's just too wide. So we're gonna go ahead and taper these things down a little bit, and I have to spin that rim, that little lip. I gotta cut that down just a little bit so the bearing will go down in a little bit more. This is the original spacer that was in it, and you can kind of see the difference in height. Like, let me see if I can find a straight edge here. Like a straight edge. You can see the gap. So I need to spin the outside of the wheel just that little bit down. Technically it should be more than that. But again, I can't find these wheels anywhere the correct size. So it is what it is. It's going to make it work, and probably the last time I ever have to change them. So let's get to doing some lathe work. Oh, that's going to be hard to do. I'm going to have to do that by the inside. Nope, it's going to be too big. Dang nabbit. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to be able to do this the way I want to. Because I think that's too soft. I can't get this thing straight enough. It's going to wobble too much. So that's no good. Well, that sucks. Well, unfortunately, the outside of these things are so soft, I can't really get it to true up. And my chuck is too big to clamp from the inside. I don't know. I'll have to get back with you guys. I don't know what to do. Well, guys, we're back at it again. And today we are working on the Can-Am. We went and picked this thing up a couple weeks back for a buddy of ours, and loves the car. Unfortunately, though, because this thing was built as like a pre-runner / race car, like pre-runner mainly, that's why it's got all the nets and stuff like that on it. This thing's got, ouch, let's get up in here. I think I showed it on the other video. This thing's got door bars in it, and it makes it extremely difficult to get in and out of the car. Every single time you get in and out of the car, you have to step on the seat. You know, you got footprints and stuff like that all over, and if it's any bit of muddy, like, or dirt, dust, yuckiness out here, goat heads, they get stuck in the seat. And this car isn't going to be used as a race car no more, or a pre-runner, nothing like that. It's just a play car now. So we are taking bars out. That way it can be used as a regular climb in and out kind of situation. We'll relocate the bag, put it on the door, something like that. So that being said, gonna get the car off right now and start cutting bars out. This side's done. Dude. Why do people do this, man? I don't understand it. This is such an amazing car, like such good parts and stuff like that. And it always has to be me when it comes to wiring, dude. Like, people just... Dude, this car was built by a factory Can-Am race team as a pre-runner. Dude, like... So they put 1, 2, 3, 4 different fuses behind a panel you can't even get to. And I'm assuming this is the switch for the rear chase light. So, like... That's to change the modes, and then that's to turn it on and off. Why would you put it behind the dash? Like, or behind the side panel, like underneath the dash? You can't get to the fuses. Like, look, there's a relay right here. It's like screwed to the chassis, way over here. What happened? That relay go? What happens if that relay goes bad? Like, the hell is wrong with people? Like, it's good quality stuff. If they just mount, like, how hard would it have been for them to, like, cut this rectangle? Like, I get it, these ones are all full, but how hard would it have been to cut it, like, right here and make the switch rock on top, or like right next to the big ass disconnect they put in? What? You don't ever put fuses where you can't get to them. What the hell, man? People piss me off. But that's just a freaking joke. Whew, boy. Well, I don't know when the camera shut off, so sorry about that, but we are now back to the final end of this. We need to do door bags, which is just a bunch of zip ties, and GPS back in. So, oh man, a lot of grinding, a lot of trying to get up into like little tiny places and stuff like that to make it look half-ass decent. I mean, we made it look half-ass decent. So, and now we're moving on to door bags. Put those back in, and then we're gonna mount the GPS. So, it's getting late in the afternoon, and just keep on trucking with it. Alrighty guys, well, now I'm sitting in the car trying to figure out where we're gonna mount the GPS. And, like, we can mount it right down here. Closest thing. We can mount it down here, stuff like that. That's the most common place. But with this mount, I can turn it way up. I think I'm gonna mount it up here, like that. So that way it's up above, and it's still out of like line of vision, but it's still very reachable by the driver. Again, this is not a race car anymore or a pre-runner anymore, so whoever is going to be sitting passenger in this is just going to be enjoying the ride. They're not going to be out trying to call out turns and stuff like that. This is mainly just so that way you know where you're going, you follow your way home. So I think I'm going to put it up here. I think that's going to be a good spot for it. It's up out of the way. It's up inside the roof. You know, it looks decent right there. It's very easily accessible by the driver, so he can zoom in, zoom out, stuff like that. And we just got to move power to it. And then also, another thing I just realized, obviously this has 2 ports on the back of it, the red port and then the black one down here. The red port hooks up. I believe that's just power. I haven't found the GPS antenna, the little like round pod looking thing. So I'm gonna have to get a hold of the guy that we bought the car from and see if he still has it, or if it's in one of the bags, or if it's tucked away someplace. I don't think the GPS antenna ever got mounted. Then again, who knows? This Lawrence may have the GPS built into it, so I don't know. Gonna have to talk to him. But it's kind of odd that the back would have a port like this that's open. You know, normally it would have like a rubber cap on it, or a twist-on cap. But that one was open. Gonna have to figure this out. But it's going up there for right now. Alrighty guys, I didn't think it was a big deal for me drilling 4 holes and setting this thing up, but now that it's all done, that's almost perfect. You know, it's very easily accessible. He can hold the roll cage as he presses buttons, you know, stuff like that. So it's a good spot. Now the question is there an antenna for it, or is there an internal antenna? And how long does it take for this menu to clear? Because it's been on this menu for like, oh wait, what was that? I'm sorry, it's been on this menu, this like little dealio, for like 5 minutes. Maybe it's trying to find a home or something. I don't know. Well guys, Can-Am is done. It's on the trailer. We have to go drop it back off at storage. That way the owner, whenever he's ready, he can go off-roading. So stop and get some fuel in it, check everything over, and let him go have some fun. We got to pick up the tractor though, bring it back. We're gonna unhook the Gannon or blade, whatever you want to call it, on the back. We have to go test fit and probably pick up or buy a backhoe attachment for the Kubota, so we can start digging holes out there, trenches and things like that. So it's back at it, you know, keep on going. It's not too late. Just keep on working. Alrighty guys, we made it out here to storage. I'm gonna go drop the car off, stuff like that, load up the tractor and stuff, and of course, why would anything just be working properly? I happen to turn around and look at my truck, and it is pouring out power steering fluid out of the hydro boost. Just dumping all down here. Like, yeah, one more thing we get to fix. Anyway, we are gonna get this stuff swapped out and get back to the house. I'll show you guys a little backhoe deal tomorrow when we go pick it up. So let's get this car unloaded. Alright guys, let's go drop this blade off and then get the tractor loaded up. Alright, we're unhooked. Let's go load this thing. Well guys, got the tractor loaded up right quick, and we're gonna get out of here. This is probably gonna be the end of the night. Tomorrow we're probably gonna go look at that little backhoe attachment. Not that I just had a brain fart. Yeah, we're gonna go look at that tomorrow, make sure this thing runs it, can lift it, drive around with it, stuff like that. We're not pulling wheelies everywhere. Let's see what happens with this. You know, it's if it works for this tractor, it'll be a really good buy. So I don't know, see what happens. Catch you guys tomorrow.